Doing since Trump became president is reacting to all the doomy and gloomy people online that's going ham on him.
I'm so angry and disgusted with this country today. The Supreme Court ruling that Donald Trump has immunity for any criminal official acts he committed while president. That's not the America the founders fought for. That's not why we declared our independence on this July 4th week. Sotomayor noted in her dissent that the president is now much more akin to a king, to an emperor, than they are to a president. And honestly, this decision now motivates me more than ever to ensure that Donald Trump is defeated, because that is absolutely the best thing that we can do right now. Look, you can think what you want about Joe Biden. I don't really care. I really do not care what you...
Yo. I think one of the things that be happening is that, especially with lower class people, like whites and blacks, I think we be getting caught up with the liberals who living a little bit different. See, I'm kind of motherfucker, I trigger in on word. When a motherfucker start saying the best thing you can do, the best thing I could do you know how fucked up my life is and has been? Hold the fuck on. Technically, the best thing I could do is unalive myself.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
But I'm scared.
What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
I gotta go there. I'm messing around, right? But that's one of the things that I was saying. I don't feel like Kamala was actually reaching up. Like, I feel like what happened is like, you know how, and it's a common thing we see like in life, not just in the presidential election. You know how people expect you to run with them, even when you shouldn't run with them. Some people ain't like that. So like my mom's had a thing. My mom's feel like my mom's think like, look, whatever I do to anybody, you gotta be on my side. And I think like, nah, I won't do that with nobody. Like what they say, I'm not ride or die. All right, I guess I'm not a good friend for you, because if you wrong, I want to be able to be like, you wrong, because I know how when humans be wrong and they allowed to be wrong, and then they allowed to be wrong again, and then they allowed to be wrong, they end up wronging everybody. It's not like they just like, nah. And like me and my moms be having, they be some wild scenarios. I'll be like, hey, I'm kind of right here. I think I'm about to get the shit in the stick, and they be like, hey man, you about to get the shit in the stick, and it's gonna go like that. So I try to encourage people to just be like, hey, let's stand on right and wrong, right? So I think a lot of people just expected people to vote for Kamala. Oh, she black, you black. Like, oh, that's your cousin. Oh, you should feel more connected to this person. But ain't that not how you, like, think about all the information and knowledge we got about being humans for however long you've been humans and all the history you know. When humans ever really operated like that? There would be no such thing as a whistleblower. There would be no such thing as justice. Sometimes the brother read the letter in the newspaper, i.e. Unabomber, and be like, this sound like my brother. He trying to kill people and explode these bombs. Eh? And then his wife looking at him and be like, call the police, because that ain't right. It'll boil you down to what type person you is. If you find out that your son is a serial killer, how do you handle it? I don't feel like Kamala necessarily connected I feel like a lot of people got the feeling like the only reason that they was expected to vote for Kamala is because a lot of people was telling them, celebrities. I feel like she was like, hey, you like Glorilla? I'm about to bring her up here, vote for me. Hey, you like Megan Thee Stallion? I'm about to bring her up here, vote for me. And I don't think that could work today. The reason I don't think it could work is because the moment that somebody think that they stupid, people will snap on you. Especially if they ain't stupid. Like, you trying to play me? Like, that ain't gonna get me? Like, is you kidding me? You know how you know your change at the store by sight? You don't necessarily count it. If you gave them a $50 bill, but you only bought $7.37 worth of something, you kind of know what the change supposed to look like. Hey, but that's $120 right there you giving me. But that's a 20 of 5 and 2 singles. That don't matter. You just know it. And that'll get you to snapping. You be ready. Before he even be like, my bad, my mistake, you might start knocking shit down. How you don't know this? You work here. So every time we did, I said, pay attention to why. I create content. I know how much information you could get on camera in a short span of time. Shit, you can speed it up 1.1 and get it faster.
So angry and disgusted with this country today.
But why?
The Supreme Court ruling that Donald Trump has immunity for any criminal official acts he committed while president.
I'm disgusted. Y'all know how many people get immunity every year for shit? I like Sammy the Bull. I think he funny. Since he been out here free on podcasts, like Sammy the Bull talk about the craziest things in the world, so like delicately and comfortably, and he snatched. Nothing like an old mobster who feel like that, man. I can, like, man, right? And or Lil Woody. Don't Lil Woody got did he get immunity for shit? What? If we go through all the stuff that any politicians in general, presidents on down been doing and getting away with forever, did we think that when we found out that they had told us that they was actually lying about the weapons of mass destruction, like wait a minute, like where our minds be at? Yo, how many times, it been almost every time. How many times have it been a war? A war we going to war and the whole purpose and preference, everything, we're like, okay, they was pump faking us a little bit on that. And well, you know how many people done died behind that? They pulled out of Afghanistan and left billions of dollars worth of shit. Like, some of y'all will whoop y'all kids for losing some shit at school.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You niggas are crazy.
Who told you take that weed to the school and be playing video games and you going billions of dollars? Talk about your taxes. Hold on, man. Jesus, take the wheel. America is a criminal enterprise in itself. I know him just looking at his face. He don't ring everything up at Walmart when he go to self-checkout. and he watch wild, kinky, aggressive porn while he at work. I could tell by looking at him. I got the eye.
That's not the America the founders fought for. That's not why we declared our independence on this July 4th week. Sotomayor noted in her dissent that the president is now much more akin to a king.
So somebody said the president is now much more akin to a king. Somebody said the days. Like we don't got governors and real other representatives and congressmen and do you really know the power of a king? I don't think we are even close to a president in America being close to a king. He said they gave him immunity. The king, ain't nobody get a king immunity. The king? The king? Who said they was gonna get? Who said they don't mind that I'm doing what the king want to do? Who was it that said they don't mind? Off with his head.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
An emperor than they are to a president. And honestly, this decision now motivates me more than ever to ensure that Donald Trump is defeated, because that is absolutely the best thing.
Now he's talking about he motivated. He gonna spend all his time. Do y'all see his hair? Y'all see how smooth that shit is? You know how much time he spent in the mirror fucking with his hair? He trying to be attractive to the ladies at his job. You know what? Now that I noticed the hair, he's the guy at his job that make a lot of women uncomfortable.
That we can do right now. Look, you can think what you want about Joe Biden. I don't really care. I really do not care what you think, because allowing Donald Trump back into office is beyond disastrous. Donald Trump, if reelected, would implement Project 2025 on day one. He would abolish the Department of Education. He would fire.
On day one. Me. Yeah, man, I ain't even take the Broncos tonight neither, man. I had took Atlanta. Ah! Jesus. Kirk Cousins. I would be uncomfortable around this dude, though. Hit me, all that maximum security, prison living, all that. Like, if I was around him and I had about as much to drink as I had already tonight, I'm feeling like he might try me. That's just the vibes he giving me.